Can I ask you something? Someone is disappointed in you क्योंकि आपने नहीं बोल दिया, क्योंकि आपने कोई प्लान कैंसिल कर दिया, or maybe you made a decision that they did not agree with. और हो सकता है you simply chose something they would not have chosen for you. And now they are upset. They are not talking normally. Their face has changed, their messages are shorter, and you can feel that they are disappointed. And suddenly, you can't breathe normally. Your mind starts running. Should I call them? Maybe I should explain. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should not have said no. Maybe I've hurt them. And before you know it, you're trying to make them feel better. But here is what I want to ask you. Did you actually do something wrong? Or are you simply uncomfortable because someone is not happy with your choice? Because there is a very important difference between doing something wrong or and someone being happy with what you did. Sorry, someone being unhappy with what you did. And many of us, specifically women, have never learned that difference. We have learned something else. क्या समझा है पता है? If someone is disappointed in me, I must have disappointed them. And if that sounds familiar, stay with me because today we are going to explore why someone else's disappointment can feel almost like an emergency inside your body, and more importantly, how to stop taking responsibility of emotions that are not yours to carry. Okay? All right. So think about this woman. Okay? She wants to say no, but she says yes. She does not want to attend the function, but she goes. She does not want to lend the money, but she does. She does not want to take that responsibility, but she says, okay, मैं manage कर लूंगी. Not because she wants to, but because she already knows someone may be disappointed if she says no. And she would rather inconvenience herself than experience that uncomfortable feeling. सच दिल पे रख के हाथ बताना, have you ever done that? You say yes and immediately regret it. But the moment you imagine saying no ना, आपका दिल दिमाग सब गिल्ट से भर जाता है. That is interesting. क्यों? क्योंकि guilt is supposed to tell us I violated my values. But sometimes we experience guilt simply because someone else is not happy with us. And that's not necessarily guilt, by the way. Sometimes that is fear of disapproval. And those are two different things yet again. चलो एक और इमेजिनेशन में लेके चलती हूँ. इमेजिन करो you invited a friend for dinner. ठीक है? And she says no. And then you feel disappointed. Does that mean she did something wrong? नहीं ना. You can be disappointed and she can still have, made the right decision for herself. Both things can exist together. You can love someone but be disappointed by their choice. You can disagree with someone and still respect them. You can be upset without the other person being guilty. This sounds obvious when we talk about someone else. But जब अपने ऊपर आती है ना, when we are the person disappointing someone, suddenly वो different हो जाता है. Suddenly their emotions become our responsibility. क्यों? That's what we are going to uncover today. अब आप imagine करो, think about a childhood, about childhood. A little girl says कि I don't want to. And someone responded, don't disappoint me, huh? या फिर after everything I do for you, ये बोलोगे तुम? और मे बी ये भी हो सकता है आपने सुना हो कि गुड गर्ल्स डोंट बिहेव लाइक दिस. और बताऊं, ये भी सुना हो सकता है कि लुक हाउ सैड यू हैव मेड मी. Now, I am not saying कि every parent intentionally creates that pattern. Mostly don't. Parents are human beings too. But a child does not have that emotional maturity of an adult. So she does not think कि mummy is disappointed because her expectations wasn't met. She may simply conclude when people are unhappy with me, something is wrong with me. And that is a very powerful lesson. Because children depend on adults for safety. So maintaining connection becomes important. The child learns if I behave the way they want, everything is okay. And if I don't, I may lose approval. And slowly, approval becomes safety. This is where people pleasing can enter. And people pleasing isn't simple. Ki, I like making people happy. That is normal. It is when internal peace starts depending on others' approvals. You don't just want them to be happy, you need them to be happy with you. That's different. आप ये बोलते हो I am sorry, not because you believe you have done something wrong, but because you want the tension to disappear. You explain yourself again and again. You send long messages, you clarify, you justify, you try to make them understand. And sometimes you even reverse your decision, not because your decision changed, because their disappointment became unbearable. And that is where I want to ask you something. How many decisions in your life have you changed simply because someone was not happy with them? Think about that. Don't answer me. Answer it to yourself. और सच बोलो, honestly बोलो अपने. Then there is another layer here. Sometimes you intellectually know I'm allowed to say no, but your body does not feel safe doing that. You say no and your heart starts racing. आपका स्टमक टाइट हो जाता है. You keep checking your phone कि क्या हुआ. You replay the conversation in your head and you wonder, should I send another message? This can happen because emotional experiences are not only cognitive. Our nervous system also learns patterns. If conflict or disapproval historically felt threatening, your body may interpret someone's disappointment as something that needs to be fixed immediately. So you don't think simply. You don't simply think they are disappointed. आपकी बॉडी क्या हियर करती है? डेंजर, कनेक्शन इज एट रिस्क. और सडनली यू गो इनटू रिपेयर मोड. आप एक्सप्लेन करते हो, अपोलोजाइज करते हो, फिक्स करने की कोशिश करते हो, प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज, यू रीस्टोर हार्मनी. But here's the beautiful thing. Once you recognize this pattern, you can create a pause. You can say, someone is disappointed, I am uncomfortable, but I am safe. These are three different truths. एक स्टोरी सुनाती हूँ. आज हम अपनी स्टोरी में लड़की का नाम रखते हैं मीरा. ठीक है. She gets an opportunity, something she wanted to do, wanted, for years she wanted it. But accepting it means she will have less time for someone close to her. So she hesitates, but finally she says yes. The person she loves is not happy. And they say, I didn't expect this from you. And immediately, मीरा क्या करती है? मीरा की excitement जो थी, disappear हो जाती. And then she starts feeling guilty. She thinks कि maybe I should not go. Maybe मैं selfish हूँ. मुझको उनको choose करना चाहिए rather than what I want. Now, pause. What actually happened? Did she actually hurt intentionally someone intentionally? Did she betray them? Did she violate a promise? No. Someone simply experienced disappointment and Meera experienced their disappointment. कैसे? As an evidence of her wrongdoing. That is the shift. And here is a question I want you to start asking and using. The next time someone is disappointed in you, don't immediately ask what did I do wrong. Ask what expectations of theirs was not met. And that is different. Maybe उन्होंने expect किया कि you would say yes. Maybe उन्होंने they expected you to say, to stay. हो सकता है expectation ये हो कि आप उनको choose करोगे. हो सकता है expectation ये हो कि you would have behaved differently. But an expectation is not automatically an obligation. Yes, an expectation is not automatically an obligation. Someone's expectation of you does not automatically become your responsibility. And this is where boundaries come, boundaries become emotionally mature. A boundary is not that I don't care how you feel. A healthy boundary says that I care how you feel, but I'm still allowed to make my own decisions. That's completely different energy. This is probably the most important part of today's conversation. आप बोलते हो, I understand your disappointment. And also, I'm still going to do this. You can say, I know this hurts. And also, I didn't intend to hurt you. You can say, I love you. And also, my answer is no. You don't have to choose between compassion and yourself. You can hold both of them. That is emotional maturity. Let us make this practical. You have said no. Now what? Don't immediately fill the silence. Don't send don't send another 5 minutes explanations. Don't apologize 20 times. Don't change your decision because the other person has become quiet. तो क्या करें? Take a deep breath and let the discomfort exist. And then tell yourself, their disappointment is allowed to exist. And my decision is allowed to exist too. उनकी disappointment भी allowed है और मेरा decision भी allowed. And this is where your emotional muscle grows. Not when everyone agrees with you, when you can remain connected to yourself even when someone does not. Now, I don't want this conversation to become nobody can ever be upset with me. That's not emotional maturity either. Sometimes we genuinely hurt people. Sometimes we do make mistakes. Sometimes we behave badly. And then we should apologize. We must repair. We must take responsibility. But there is a difference between healthy guilt and conditioned guilt. Healthy guilt बोलता है कि I did something that does not align with who I am या who I want to be. Let me repair it. Conditioned guilt बोलता है कि someone is unhappy with me, I must have done something wrong. एक accountability को lead करता है and the other one leads to self-abandonment. And we need to know which one we are experiencing. So here's a little practice. Next time, जब भी आप guilty feel करोगे, because someone is disappointed, आप pause करोगे और आप अपने आप से पूछोगे, did I actually violate my values? Did I break a commitment or intentionally hurt someone? Third number पे आप पूछोगे, or are they simply unhappy because my choice was not what they wanted? If it is the third one, breathe. You don't have to fix it. You can allow them to have their own feelings. Here is something I have realized. Sometimes now, we are not actually afraid of disappointing people. We are afraid of discovering that they may love us less. If we stop giving them what they want. Because underneath the guilt, there may be a question. If I say no, will they still love me? If I choose differently, will I still belong? If I disappoint you, will you still choose me? And that is your fear. And if that is your fear, then no amount of people pleasing will completely solve it. Because you will always need one more yes, one more approval, one more reassurance. The real work becomes learning that your worth does not disappear when someone is disappointed. चलो आपको आपके younger version से मिलवाते हैं. Imagine the younger version of you. The little girl who learned कि good girls don't disappoint people. Good girls adjust. Good girls keep everyone happy. Look at her and tell her, sweetheart, you don't have to keep everyone happy. You don't have to keep everyone happy to be worthy of love. Someone can be disappointed in you and still love. Someone can disagree with you and still respect you. And sometimes someone can or may not understand your choice. And still, you still choose it. That is a very different way of doing. Not how do I make everyone happy, but how do I stay true to myself while treating people with kindness? That's the balance. So the next time someone is disappointed in you, don't immediately run towards them to make the discomfort disappear. Pause, breathe, and ask, did I do something wrong or did I simply do something they didn't want me to do? Or if you did something wrong, own it, apologize, repair, and grow. But if you didn't, then the disappointment belongs to them. You can be kind, you can be loving, you can be compassionate, but you don't have to carry every emotion that enters their room. And this is one of the hardest lessons to become emotionally free. Learning that someone else's unhappiness with you is not always evidence of your failure. Sometimes it is simply evidence that you are no longer living entirely according to their expectations. And that is okay. Maybe growing up emotionally means learning to tolerate a little disappointment, a little misunderstanding, a little discomfort, and without immediately abandoning yourselves. So today I want you to remember this one sentence. Someone can be disappointed in me and I can still be a good person. Someone can be disappointed in me and I can still be a good person. And if this conversation touched something inside you, complete this sentence in the comments. I'm learning that I don't have to dash to keep people happy. Maybe it is to say yes, या फिर explain myself, या फिर adjust, या फिर I don't know, apologize, be available, whatever comes, write it. Because sometimes the sentence will finally allow ourselves to say, is the beginning of completely different relationship with ourselves. Until our next conversation, be kind to yourself because the person listening to your thoughts is always you. God bless you.